Happening right now, May Day protests are happening around the world and here in the DMV as they demand justice and safety. Thank you for joining us. I'm Simone D'Alba. Demonstrations are just getting underway at Lafayette Park to advocate for protections for workers, fair treatment, and also putting a spotlight on the case of the mistakenly deported Maryland man Kilmar Abrego Garcia. His family plans on speaking at the rally at some point. Right now on the podium, we have SCU Local 32BJ. They are a local labor union here in Washington, D.C. Let's listen in.
As we've seen in the news, immigrant workers are under attack like never before, at least since I've been here since the late 80s. Families are being torn apart. Hay familias que están siendo separadas. Our people are being deported without due process or, that's right, shame on who? Shame on who? Donald Trump. Shame on who? That's right. Without due process, locked away in mega prisons, stripped of their rights, denied due process, and treated less than human. For that we say, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, shame on you. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, we're being fired, exploited, and silenced. Entire communities are being criminalized. To that we say, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, you are the one with 34 felonies. Not me, not my family, not my community.
Billions and billions of dollars, your tax dollars, are being funneled into ICE, into detention centers and private prison built up into our community's suffering. They are trying to erase our rights, stripping away TPS, trying to cancel birthright citizenship, attacking asylum seekers, and terrorizing our community. They are building a machine fueled by fear. And guess what? We are not afraid. We are here today because our ancestors have showed us that when we organize, when we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, when we refuse to back down, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Time after time in every generation, our people have shown us that we will win. Estamos aquí hoy porque millones y millones de nuestro dinero que pagamos en taxes lo están usando para atacar a nuestra comunidad, crear cárcel basado en el sufrimiento de nosotros mismos. Pero estamos aquí hoy para decir que no tenemos miedo porque sabemos que cuando luchamos, no tenemos miedos y nuestros ancestros nos han enseñado que cuando luchamos, juntos, familia, vamos a seguir luchando y vamos a seguir ganando. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
So May Day is our day. May Day is our day. This day was born out of blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice were workers who refused to accept being treated like machines, like second-class citizens. It was immigrant workers, black workers, and women workers who risked everything we could to have a 40-hour week in this country, and let's not forget that. Safe working conditions and a voice on the job. This is our legacy. We cannot be shut down. We will not be silenced. We're going to fight on and march on. This is our fight. We are standing on the shoulders of giants, and today we march forward because I'll be damned if we leave this country worse for my kids, their kids, and your kids, and their grandkids. Shame on right here.
We want to give a huge shout out to everyone and all the groups that made today possible. Popular Democracy, and I want you to make some noise after you hear your orgs. The Education Association, SEIU International, and SEIU 32BJ, National Domestic Workers Alliance, United We Dream, AFL-CIO, Congressional Action Network, Faith in Actions, African Communities Together. You are the heart and soul of this movement. So give yourself a round of applause for making this amazing day happen. Un enorme agradecimiento a todos los grupos que hicieron el día de hoy posible. Ustedes son el corazón y la razón de este movimiento. We also want to give a huge shout out to everyone who across the country today with over 1,000 different rallies fighting for our communities, fighting for our rights, and fighting for our people. Queremos también darle un gran abrazo a todos nuestros compañeros que a través del país, en más de 1,000 acciones, están unidos hoy peleando por nuestra comunidad y peleando por nuestros derechos.
De norte a sur, de este a oeste, estamos marchando, mi gente. Once again, happy International Workers' Day. Feliz Día Internacional del Trabajador. We're going to begin the program. You're going to have an amazing group of speakers up here in a few minutes. But before we get started, before we begin the program, antes de comenzar el programa, I have the honor to call on Bishop Dwayne Royster to lead us in prayer. And faith leaders, please come up to the stage with the bishop. And he has been here with us. He's been here with 32 BJ in many different marches, in many different events. Please give it up for Bishop Dwayne Royster. Un aplauso para Bishop Dwayne Royster, por favor.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I need you to sound like you want to take America back and make it something better than it's ever been. I want to thank CASA, 32BJ, NEA, all the organizations that have been lifted, Popular Democracy, Faith in Action. Faith in Action is excited to be able to stand here with our representation here in the DMV, the Congregational Action Network. Can we give it up for these folk of faith who are standing proudly and tall in this moment? I am excited to be here with you for a variety of reasons. One is that there are people of faith and moral courage who are not in alignment with the disaster that this administration has brought on this country, and we are determined to chase the hell out of the White House and to bring back peace and love in this country. Today, we ought to be celebrating the ways that labor has moved America forward. The ways that labor has transformed the workplace, the way that labor has made it so that we can have a work-life balance. But the folk back there are trying to take it from us. They're trying to deport our immigrant siblings. And they're trying to make sure that there is no due process. They are trying to take away sanctuary cities and make it so that leaders and mayors and city councils are afraid of the federal government. The thing that they forgot is that working folk ain't scared. Working folks are not afraid of the terror that comes by night, but that we will fight, because when we fight, and we shall win. This administration has acted with deep levels of morality in detaining and deporting our immigrant siblings. As we say in Faith in Action, all of us are God's children. And if all of us are God's children, then we ought to be treated with the dignity and respect that is afforded God and God's children. Regardless of where you came from, your zip code, the language you speak, regardless of your area code or your country code on your phone, you are a child of God. And as a result of that, you are worthy of respect and dignity by every human authority. We're calling on Congress this day as we gather here to not cut programs that are helping working families across this country, not to cut SNAP, and not to cut Medicaid, and not to cut education and the things that help to build our nation, but instead to turn around and make bigger investments so that we have more health care, we have better education, and that we have more resources for our communities. We can't use poor people to hurt poor people. You can't cut Medicaid and SNAP, cut education, and then use that money to deport and detain our immigrant siblings. It is sin directly from the pit of hell. We need an exorcism in the White House. We need an exorcism in Congress. We need an exorcism at the Supreme Court so that we can have a country that's built on dignity and respect. We have work ahead of us, beloved. But let me remind you of this. From my sacred tradition, we have seen days like this before. This is not new. But can I tell you something? We will win. We will win. We will win. Pharaoh thought he had the Israelites locked up in bondage. But guess what? The Israelites won. There have been time and time again that evil forces have come to oppress the people of God. But guess what? They won. Evil forces have come in the forms of white supremacy and white Christian nationalism, have come in the form of xenophobia. But guess what, beloved? We're going to win. And we're going to win by sticking together. We're going to win by fighting together. We're going to win by walking together, marching together, holding arms together, lifting each other up together. We will win. Faith and labor and community standing together, being resilient in these moments, not getting caught up in the fear or getting caught up in the nonsense. We will win. And when we win, beloved, we will become architects of a new America. The old one didn't work for most of us anyway. We will be architects of a new America, telling a new story of a new nation where all people have dignity and respect, and where all of us are able to thrive and live our full best lives, where our children can flourish, their bellies are full, everybody's got a roof over their heads, and they are able to go about their daily task, not being afraid of the police, but being in partnership with others in the community to take care of it. We will win. We are the architects of a new America, and it begins on days like today when we stand up and fight. So, beloved, with my very brief prayer now, I bless you this day, that the love of God that surpasses all understanding gives you all the power you need to take this nation back and make it what it never was, a place where all of us are able to live and thrive. God bless you, beloved, and amen.
Se puede. Se puede. Se puede. It's been over a year since the tragic collapse of the Francis Scott Kid in Baltimore. That night, while most of us were sleeping, 6 brave workers were out there, repairing roads, building a future that we all rely on. On March 26, 2024, we lost 6 incredible men. Fathers, sons, brothers, friends, and members of our community. El 26 de marzo del 2024, mientras la mayoría de nosotros estábamos durmiendo, habían 6 hombres fuertes y valientes trabajando en el Francis Scott Bridge que ese día cayó. Estos no eran simplemente hombres, eran trabajadores, eran hermanos, eran familia, eran padres y eran amigos. En este momento, me gustaría que todos levantemos nuestra mano izquierda. At this moment, I'm going to ask everyone to raise up their left fist. And for us to hold a moment of silence y que todos hagamos un momento de silencio en honor a estos 6 bravos hombres, in honor of the 6 brave men. Miguel Ángel Luna, Maynor Suazo, Alejandro Fernández Fuentes, Dorlian Castillo Cabrera, Carlos Daniel Hernández Estrella, José Maynor López. These are not just statistics. Estas no solo son estadísticas. Estos son miembros de nuestra comunidad y miembros de nuestra familia. These are members of our community and members of our family. Carmen, loving wife and of CASA member Miguel Luna, was not able to make it with us today, but she has a couple of words for us all to hear. There are 3 dates I will eternally remember, the 3 hardest dates of my life. March 26, 2024, the day I learned that my husband was among the missing at the Key Bridge collapse. May 1st, 2024, the day that I finally retrieved his body. May 1st, 2024, when I was finally able to start making plans to let him lay in peace. Carmen nos manda unas palabras poderosas. Dice que hay 3 fechas que ella recuerda. El 26 de marzo del 2024, cuando se enteró que su esposo era una de las personas que hubiera caído en el puente. El 1 de mayo, cuando ellos pudieron encontrar a uno de los últimos cuerpos. Y el 1 de marzo, cuando ella por fin pudo comenzar a hacer los planes para enterrar a su esposo. Now, how many of you know the name Kilmar Abrego Garcia? ¿Cuántos conocen el nombre de Kilmar Abrego Garcia? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it. If you know the name of Kilmar, you know that he was a father, a partner, and a union worker, and a proud CASA member. On March 12, 2025, he was wrongly deported and sent to a dangerous prison in El Salvador. The Trump administration called it a mistake, but we all know that this was a political attack against our community. Si ustedes conocen el nombre de Kilmar, ustedes saben que es un padre, un amigo y un trabajador sindical y un orgulloso miembro de CASA. El 12 de marzo del 2025 lo deportaron erróneamente, con lo que esta administración llama un error, pero nosotros todos sabemos que esto fue un ataque político a nuestra comunidad. And guess what? We will fight every single day until he makes it home. When we fight, when we fight, when we fight, cuando luchamos, and it's now my deep honor to introduce someone whose courage and strength have inspired us all and our entire community. She has turned her pain into purpose and is leading the fight not only for her husband, but for every member, for every brother and sister that is being attacked by this administration. Please help me welcome Jennifer.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Vasquez, and despite Trump's administration continued attempts to break my...
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Jennifer. Estoy aquí sin importar los intentos de esta administración tratar de romper mis espíritus.
To break my fight spirit, I stand before you today with my head held high, demanding justice for my husband, Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
Estoy aquí el día de hoy con mi cabeza arriba, demandando justicia por mi esposo Kilmar.
On March 12, 2025, my husband was illegally detained, abducted, and disappeared.
El día del 12 de marzo, mi esposo fue ilegalmente detenido, raptado y desaparecido.
By the Trump administration. though they admitted it was an error.
Por la administración de Trump, aunque ellos admitieron que fue un error.
I want to repeat that. My husband was illegally detained, abducted, and disappeared, thrown away to die in one of the most dangerous prisons in El Salvador with no due process because of an error.
Yo quiero repetir eso. Mi esposo fue ilegalmente detenido, raptado y desaparecido y tirado para morir en una de las prisiones en El Salvador, sin un día en corte.
It's been 50 days. 50 days of pain and suffering. 50 days of uncertainty. And as we finally saw the proof that Kilmar was alive, my children and I had to watch Trump and Bukele's administration laugh over pain.
Ha sido 50 días que no hemos escuchado directamente de mi esposo. 50 días de sufrimiento y dolor. Y el día que descubrimos que estaba vivo, mis hijos y yo tuvimos que ver cómo la administración de Trump y Bukele se reían de nuestro dolor.
This pain is indescribable. My children have been left to live in a silence of their father's absence, and they miss him more than anything.
El dolor es algo que no puedo describir. Mis hijos han tenido que pasar el silencio de no tener su padre con ellos.
The highest court in the nation ruled that Kilmar should be returned home. So why are they still waiting? Enough is enough.
Bring him home! Bring him home! Bring him home! Bring him home! Bring him home!
Stop playing political games with my husband's life.
La corte más grande y suprema de este país dijo que tenían que regresar a Kilmar. ¿Y por qué estamos esperando su regreso? Dejen de estar jugando juegos políticos con la vida de nuestra familia.
I stand here today, not just for Kilmar, but for all the families affected by the cruel and unjust separation by this administration.
Estoy parada aquí hoy, no solamente por Kilmar, pero por todas las familias que siguen luchando por las personas que fueron separadas de su hogar.
Though all the pain, I continue to find strength in my faith, the men's support from our community, our brothers and sisters from CASA, members from SMART, allies, faith leaders, and all of you guys that lift me in the darkest moments.
Lo que me sigue levantando, iluminando, es el apoyo de todos ustedes que me han levantado durante mis momentos más oscuros. Mis hermanos y hermanas en casa, mis hermanos y hermanas en el sindicato SMART, toda la comunidad creyente y todos ustedes luchadores.
¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede!
Kilmar, if you can hear me, I love you, and keep your faith in God. Know that the children and I are still fighting for you to come back home.
Kilmar, si me puedes escuchar, te quiero mucho. Quiero que sepas que los niños y yo continuamos a luchar y quiero asegurar que mantengas tu fe en Dios.
For everyone watching, keep fighting. not just for Kilmar, but for every family fighting to be reunited with their loved ones.
Para todos los que están viendo, les quiero brindar este pedido, que continúen a luchar, no solamente por Kilmar, pero por todas las familias que han sido separadas.
Let us continue the change and let our voice be heard.
Vamos a continuar el cambio y que nuestras voces se escuchen.
Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for fighting with us. Together we will never be silenced. Thank you.
Gracias por luchar por nosotros, por continuar esa lucha. Juntos nunca vamos a ser silenciados. Gracias.
Bring him home! Bring him home! Bring Kilmer home! Bring Kilmer home! Bring Kilmer home! Bring Kilmer home! Thank you, Jennifer. Gracias por estar acá con nosotros. Estamos contigo y estamos con tu familia. We are not in this fight alone, family. You can see the sea of colors for the different unions, organizations that are here, right? We're not alone. You can see some amazing congresspeople who are here, who are going to speak to us. One of them, there's truly no words big enough to describe the love, the gratitude, the respect we have for our next speaker. She has been and continues to be one of the fiercest, most powerful champions for immigrants, for working families, and for every single one of us. Please welcome Congresswoman Jayapal to the stage.
Thank you so much, everybody. Happy May Day. This is our day of solidarity to say that immigrant rights are workers' rights and workers' rights are immigrant rights. And when immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? I want to thank CASA, all of the organizations, the unions that have been part of today, and I especially want to thank Jennifer Vasquez. I want to thank Carmen Luna for your strength, for your resilience, for everything that you are doing to show us what it looks like to stand up and fight back in the most terrible of circumstances. And I want you to know, I just spoke to Jennifer about this as well. Next week, as ranking member of the Immigration Subcommittee, we don't get to have official hearings, but we are having our own shadow hearing to make sure that we bring back Kilmar Abrego Garcia to the United States. And that will be next week, and I hope anyone that is here can come and show solidarity and insist that all of us stand up and do everything we can. We are here because we say, not on our watch, to Trump's kidnapping and deporting of immigrants, to going after immigrant workers who are union organizers, like what happened in my home state of Washington, to deporting U.S. citizen children in the middle of cancer treatments, to rounding up legal permanent residents and people with legal visa status simply because you disagree with what they say in a country that is supposed to have free speech for everybody. We say not on our watch to killing industries that are powered by immigrants or terrorizing thousands of foreign students by revoking our visas. Not on our watch. We are here to say not on our watch to the wholesale war that Trump is waging on immigrants of every legal status and on workers and the right to collectively bargain. Brothers, sisters, and siblings, these two things are tied together. They are tied together because when workers have power, That means we can take on those big corporations. And when immigrant workers are vulnerable, it means that they are trying to divide us so they can give themselves a $4.5 trillion tax break on our backs. We say not in our name. We've seen this before. They think that attacking immigrants as they tank the economy and destroy programs that meet our basic economic needs is going to distract us from that $4.5 trillion tax break that they want to give to billionaires like Elon Musk and his Department of Greed and Ego. Are you distracted? Are we going to be divided? Look, this has been an age-old story. The rich bosses want to get richer instead of paying workers a living wage when the rent is too damn high. Instead of paying their fair share of taxes so workers can have universal health care and child care and affordable housing. Well, on May Day, we are here to say you aren't going to distract us and you aren't going to divide us. Not on our watch. We know that it's not immigrants who are raising the cost of your rent. It's billionaires. That's right. It's not workers raising the cost of your groceries, it's billionaires. It's not immigrants raiding your Social Security, it's billionaires. It's not workers profiting from you being sick, it's billionaires. It's not workers or immigrants taking away your education, it is billionaires. In the workplace, whether you're an immigrant, whether you're native born, you're doing the work. You're doing the work, building homes, caring for our elders, teaching our kids, doing exactly what our communities need. And so we will fight like hell for what we deserve. We will fight like hell to bring Kilmar Abrego Garcia home. We will fight like hell for workers like Miguel Luna, who urgently need safe workplaces and rights on the job. We will fight like hell for our union organizers, immigrant and native born, who are being detained across the country, whose rights are being violated just because they're fighting for us to have collective power. We will fight like hell for all of us because immigrant rights are workers' rights. Workers' rights are, and immigrant and workers' rights are human rights. Thank you all so much. To solidarity, to justice. Let's fight forward and let's win.
Thank you so much. Ho, ho! Billionaires have to go. Familia, our next speaker, she's bold, she's unapologetic, she's one of the fiercest voices for justice in Congress today. Fighting from immigrant rights to demanding human rights, fighting right here and abroad, Representative Omar has never backed down. She doesn't just represent us, she fights for us. Please give a powerful welcome to our sister in the struggle, Congresswoman Omar.
Thank you, sis. How's everybody doing today? Are you fired up and ready to go? I just want to give a huge shout out for the courage and tenacity that Jennifer has shown as she's defended the honor of her husband, Kilmar. I think it is worth saying that we have a president that is stupid enough to believe in Photoshopped image. I think it is safe to say we have administration stupid enough to the Supreme Court that they made an administrative error, but they're not going to fix it. I think it is safe enough to say we have an administration that's riddled with lawlessness, that they are committing crimes every single day by disobeying the order from the Supreme Court. So I don't know about you, but I came to this country as an immigrant. And for those of us who have gotten the golden ticket, the opportunity to live up to the American dream, we hold the Constitution supreme. We have always believed that the rights that we have, that man can take away, that we can at least get our day in court and have the judiciary function to defend our rights. So I understand when I see immigrants that are so heartbroken about the land of the free and the home of the brave, when they are seeing people become cowards and not stand up to this administration. And I hear people feel embarrassed as the world overwatches the country that they look to as a beacon, not ensure freedoms to all. When people watch a young woman snatched in the middle of the street by masked men who will not identify themselves, taken to a detention center without any notification, any contact with family, lawyers, their representatives in Congress, that is an image that is terrifying to the rest of the world, and it should be terrifying to us as Americans. When you have a father who has a U.S. citizen as a wife with young children being taken to a jail cell for the worst criminals on earth, to be treated as if he has committed crime when there is no crime to speak of. That is not the America that we all know. That is not the America we love. And that is not the America the world looks up to. So it is up to us, Americans, to make sure we are standing up for American values, to make sure we are standing up for democratic values, to make sure that the country that once defeated a king's tyranny does so again. And today, on International Workers' Day, we are not only here to celebrate labor's contributions, but to protect the dignity of labor from an administration that is determined to erase it. In just 100 days, this administration has done more to weaken labor rights than any administration in modern history. We know that immigrant workers are the backbone of so many of our injuries, like healthcare, agriculture, construction, childcare, and hospitality. And yet they are often the ones that are most exploited, most unpaid, and most vulnerable to unsafe work conditions and abuse. Right now, under the Trump administration, we are seeing critical worker protections gutted. One of their newest targets is the Bureau of International Labor Affairs, known as ILAP. This is a small but powerful office inside the Department of Labor that helps protect immigrant workers, fight child labor, and hold abusive employers accountable. But now, this administration wants to wipe it out with any regard for the people it serves. Cutting ILAB is not only eliminating oversight, so corporations can exploit workers without consequences. It's about making sure billionaires keep getting richer while working people get left behind. When immigrant workers are the first to lose protections, it sends a message to all workers that they can be next. A strong labor movement means fighting for the rights of every worker. Whether you're a farm worker, a delivery driver, the meat packer, or the assembly line worker. Your struggle is our struggle. So today I want to thank every one of you for showing up. Thanks to every worker who showed up, who speaks out, who organizes, and who leads. Your resilience, your labor is what keeps this country going, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. As my dear colleague and sister Jayapal said, it is our job to never stop fighting alongside you. You can always count on our solidarity, our support, our courage, our bravery to make sure this country respects your labor and your rights. Thank you so much for being here.
Give it up for this amazing Congresswoman! Like I said, we're not alone, right? We're in this together. Labor is in this together. You see all them blue shirts right there? I want to know, is any in the house? Representing, hold on, representing one of the biggest and boldest voices in the movement, leading that fight with passion, power, determination, is our next speaker, the fearless leader of the National Education Association, Becky Abrego! Becky, come up to the stage and join us!
Now, we're gonna get this sea of blue to settle down in a minute. Hey! The view from up here is magnificent. I am so honored to be here today with so many strong and visionary leaders representing students and educators and parents and working families and activists who are standing up in unity and love, righteous indignation, and power. And we are not alone. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people standing up with us today across this country. I represent the 3 million members of the National Education Association who are proud to stand with Gustavo Torres and our partners from CASA. Yeah, give it up for CASA. And our phenomenal leaders from Popular Democracy. As we continue our struggle for justice, together we will fight the already obscenely rich billionaires who are trying to line their own pockets by destroying the dreams and dignity of those who call this country home. We will not have it. We know this administration is scapegoating immigrants to justify cruel and callous policies, including the abduction of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Shame. Donald Trump and his enablers have gone too far. ICE raids are terrorizing our students and families, detaining our children born here in this country. They are allowing federal agents to enter public schools under false pretenses, arresting students and only releasing them after a town comes together and speaks up. No matter where they are born or the language they speak, all students are welcome in our public schools. Together we will stand against every billionaire who seeks to limit our students' right to learn, to diminish our wages, to crush the benefits of our families, weaken our unions, or destroy the dreams and opportunities of working families. We will beat back every money-grubbing privateer who wants to control not just our public schools, but higher education and postal service and Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security. Now, I'm looking at you, so I know you know this is true. We have faced and won battles before, and we will win again. We are standing in our power of the community. We will place an impenetrable circle of protection around our immigrant families, our students, our democracy. Unbound and undaunted and unafraid, we will fight for what is right, a country that respects the rights of everyone. A country that provides high-quality education, exemplary health care, living wages, basic dignity, and respect for everyone. Everyone, native and newcomer. From 2019 to 2023, Brazilians fought back when a fascist president rose to office. Their encouraging, empowering battle cry was this: no one let go of anyone's hand. Let us make their call our call. Don't let go of anyone's hand. Let that call remind us of our collective strength and humanity as we build that future where we the people, all of us deserve that right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of justice. No one let go of anyone's hand. Don't let go of anyone's hand. When we are flooded with a steady stream of hate and distortions and diminishment, don't let go of anyone's hand. When they try to silence our voices and paralyze us with fear so that we doubt our power, I need you to not let go of anyone's hand. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, and don't let go of anyone's hand. Our country needs you. They need your leadership, and they need your love. They need your courage. This chaos behind us. Despite all of it, we will create that beloved community because our children, our babies are depending on us. They're depending on us to be worthy of them. Don't let go of anyone's hand. Hold on. Hold on. We will win.
Hey, we will win. Hey. 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 That's right. Wow! Give it up for Becky! This is what democracy looks like. Okay, so popular democracy is a non-stoppable network of grassroots organizations fighting for racial and economic justice, from immigrant rights to voting rights, housing justice, and workers' rights on the front lines, ensuring our communities have the power they deserve. Please welcome to the stage, Ana Lilia. Please welcome to the stage, Ana Lilia.
Compañeros en la lucha, ¿sí se escucha? Sí se escucha. All right, y'all, I come to you as an activist, as a former union organizer. I see you 32. I come to you as a student. I come to you as a mother. But most important, I come to you as an informed, fired up, organized, dangerous American, y'all. And why dangerous? Because I believe in the Constitution. I believe in justice. I believe that this country, that this nation, that this government is ours. It's mine, y'all. It's yours. It does not belong to some phony orange-faced pseudo-king that doesn't even understand that the Declaration of Independence is actually a divorce document. I refuse to give my government to a fool who doesn't understand that due process applies to us all. I mean, we even gave it to him. So in this moment, I just call on us to be as dangerous as we want to be, with truth, with justice, with organizing and freedom. Mis compañeros, Donald Trump cree que nosotros somos un peligro porque sabemos y creemos en la Constitución, en la justicia, y no nos venceremos. Estamos juntos, compañeros. Yo a mucha honra soy hija de una mujer que cuando yo nací, ella era indocumentada, pero gracias a la Constitución y birthright citizenship, yo me puedo parar aquí y decir que yo no voy a parar hasta que ese hombre le quite el gobierno a ese hombre. ¡Sí se puede! ¡Carajo! Como decía mi madre. So, mis compas, my people, you know, this morning I woke up, esta mañana me desperté pensando, ¿qué más podemos decir? What else is there to say? Y lo que le quiero brindar, what I want to close with, es un poema, a poem. I want to close with a poem that has been, to me, it's a love letter. To me, to you, to our nation, and to our sense and dignity. Yo también canto América. I too sing America. Yo soy el hermano de piel oscura. I am the darker brother. Ellos me mandan a comer en la cocina cuando viene la visita. They send me to the kitchen when company comes. Pero yo me río y como bien y crezco mi fuerza. But I laugh and I eat well and I grow strong.
Mañana yo comeré en la mesa cuando lleguen las visitas. Tomorrow, I will be seated at the table when company comes. Y entonces, nadie se atreverá a decirme, come en la cocina. Nobody will dare say to me then, go eat in the kitchen. Además, ellos verán tan bello que soy y sentirán vergüenza. And then, besides, they will see how beautiful I am and they will be ashamed. Porque yo también soy América. Because I too am America. Mis compañeros, las palabras de Langston y nuestro corazón. The words of Langston Hughes and our heart, we shall win. ¿Sí se puede? Se podrá, compañeros. Gracias.
Give it up for Lilia Mejia from Popular Democracy. Our next speaker is really a truth teller. She is a fighter and one of the fiercest champions for immigrants, women, and working families in the United States Senate. She speaks truth to power. From Washington to Hawaii, where she's from, she has never stopped standing up for what's right. Please join me in welcoming a true warrior for our communities, Senator Macy Hirono!
Oh, thank you so much. Aloha, everybody. I was here a little bit earlier. I was walking among so many of you to thank you for being here. And it was great. I love reading your signs, especially the one that says Trump lies. And I thought, yeah, the minute he opens his mouth, that's what comes out of his mouth. It is great to be here with all of you. I, too, am an immigrant. I came to this country. I didn't know a single word of English. And I don't know what the first word was, English words, but it might have been WTF. Okay, well, that would have been appropriate then. It certainly is appropriate now. So I'm just glad to join you guys, because we are in this together. We have a president who does not think that the rule of law applies to him, aided and abetted by the Supreme Court's decision on immunity. So he started day one by issuing all these, in my view, illegal executive orders. That is how he's governing through executive orders, leading to over 200 legal challenges. And guess what? One of them, there was a Texas judge who just issued a ruling saying that he can't use the Enemy Alien Act to deport people. Yay! You heard from my friend Ilhan Omar. She and I have the bill that we introduced, she in the House, me in the Senate, to repeal the Enemy Aliens Act. So there. You know, these are not normal times. We have a president who wants to keep us divided, distracted, in fear. And the thing that he fears the most is all of us coming together, understanding that by fighting back, by coming together, that is what's going to defeat him. We know that. So this is a fired up crowd. My gosh. I just want to thank you guys, because we are the resistance. We are the change that needs to happen. And we need to keep showing up. We need to keep showing up, because half the battle is showing up. Not just in numbers like this, but to stay the course, to keep fighting back. I want to thank the unions who are here. I want to thank the organizations, NEA, CASA. We have people from Hawaii, Osatua from Hawaii, Hawaii HSTA, Hawaii State Teachers Association. We have people from all over. We have Unite Here people, because workers truly are the backbone of America. And let me tell you a story about my courageous mother who brought 3 of her children to this country to give us a chance at a better life. And it is when her workplace unionized that she had job stability, higher wages, and we were able to buy a house for the first time. And before that, we were moving every 2 years because she tried to get us a better rental every 2 years to get a better place for she and her children. So that's what our life was like. I know what it's like to have very little money. We were the story of immigrants who come to this country, but courageous people everywhere. You know, all of you, thank you very much. But it's when my mother's workplace organized, and that is why Trump doesn't want to have anything to do with supporting the right of workers to organize for better wages, better conditions. But that is what we need to stand for. Immigrants who are here to make their lives better, make our country better. Unions, workers who are doing everything they can to support themselves and their families and to help make our country the diverse country that it is. And this obsession that this administration has against DEI, come on, looking out at you, we are all DEI. We are all diverse, equal, inclusive, and we need to fight back on that point. So I'm glad that the teachers are here. Thank you very much, because it is thanks to the teachers that I learned English and the public schools. We got to fight for our public schools. Thank you, teachers. So anyway, as I said, the main thing is the thing that Trump is most afraid of is when we organize, and as the unions say, early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and organize. And that's what we're going to keep doing. Aloha, stand strong. Mahalo, everybody.
Se ve, se siente, el pueblo está presente. Se ve, se siente, el pueblo está presente. Se ve, se siente, el pueblo está presente. Familia, Trump is trying to rip away protections from families that have built their lives here. He's attacking TPS for Venezuela, TPS for Haiti, and we are hearing that he's trying to go for TPS for Cameroon as well. Familia, Trump ha estado atacando a nuestra comunidad, atacando TPS para Venezuela, TPS para Haití, y ahora estamos escuchando de que están tratando de ir por TPS para Camerún. We are here to keep fighting, and guess what, Trump? We will see you in court. Every time you break the law, we are going to keep suing. Now it's my honor and pleasure to introduce our strong member, a strong voice, and someone who's fighting not just for TPS, but for our entire immigrant community. Please help me welcome Ornella.
Si se puede! Are we tired?
No.
Are we tired?
No.
I want to hear you scream, Si se puede!
Sí se puede.
Si se puede! Yes, we can!
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Thank you so much. I prefer that energy. I'm called Ornella, and I'm a proud CASA member. I'm an immigrant from Cameroon. I stand before you, not just for myself, but for every essential worker who holds up this country with our labor, our strength, and love, often without recognition or protection. Like many of you here today, I am not just essential in building up the U.S. economy. I am essential to fight for our justice. On this International Workers' Day, I will rise, and we all will raise our voice loud and clear. And we will say, labor rights are immigrant rights. Let's say it together, labor rights are immigrant rights. Labor rights are immigrant rights. Yes, labor rights are immigrant rights, and they are human rights. And we will not allow them to be torn apart by the administration. When immigrant workers are targeted by violence, exploitation, intimidation, it's not just individuals who suffer. Our families, our communities, and our economy all bear the cost. We are the hands that care for your children. Build your homes, grow your food, and staff your hospital. We deserve dignity, safety, and a voice. Today we march for our right to live and work without fear. We demand policies that protect, not punish. Those who power this country, to those who power this country. We are not invincible. We are not disposable. We are essential. And we are unstoppable. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? And if we don't have it? And if we don't have it? And if we don't have it, shut it down. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now it's a true honor to welcome on stage someone who's not just talking, someone who's walking the walk every single day. Congressman Frost has been standing with our movement since before he took office. As one of the youngest person to ever be elected to Congress, Representative Frost has brought the energy, the heart, and the courage that we need in this moment. Familia, es un honor darle la bienvenida a un congresista quien ha apoyado nuestro movimiento desde antes de asumir su oficina. Como uno de los miembros más jóvenes de asumir cargo en el Congreso, no simplemente está hablando, sino que está caminando el camino con cada uno de nosotros. Please help me welcome Congressman Frost.
¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! Mira, estamos aquí para decir a Donald Trump, deja a los inmigrantes. A decir a Donald Trump que vamos a luchar para cada familia, cada inmigrante, cada persona en este país. We're going to fight for every single person. The human rights of every human. See, Donald Trump wants to tell people in this country that immigrants are poisoning the blood of this nation. Immigrants are the blood of this nation. My mom came here from Cuba. I'm proud to be the first Afro-Cubano in the United States Congress. I'm proud to also come from Haitian heritage. Do we have any Haitians here? Haiti? All right. But I'm just proud to be here with you all today on International Workers' Day and on May Day, where we tell the country that we're fed up and we're done with these neo-fascists, with these authoritarian figures, blaming the problems of the nation on the immigrant and on the immigrant worker, which are essential workers, making it so that way our nation can have what it needs to succeed. Immigrants that pay more into the system than they get out. And we're here to tell Donald Trump, no more. We're here to tell Elon Musk, we're not going to have a billionaire takeover of our nation. That we are America. That we're not going to sit by as this authoritarian regime tries to take over and deport people for speaking out against war. Deport people and change their status because they disagree with their speech. This is why I went to El Salvador just a couple weeks ago to fight for the release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia and every other immigrant that is being held in El Salvador. Because the Republicans like to spend a lot of time talking about American exceptionalism, and then they want to take away the one thing that makes America exceptional, which is that the Constitution is not just for citizens. The Constitution is for every person on this soil, on this land. And we also have to be honest, because they're not going for every single immigrant. They're going for immigrants that look a certain way. They're going for immigrants that come from certain places. It's racist. It's white supremacy in the White House. It's white supremacy in the Capitol. But here's what we have to know. They are scared, and they are weak. We have to call them weak Because authoritarians, when they get in power, they're never satisfied with the power they have. So they do illegal things, they tiptoe outside the law, and then they look at the people. And if the people are quiet, if the other party is quiet, they take it as a yes. They say, well, no one's speaking out, so I guess I can continue to do it. Strong presidents pass their agenda into law. He can't do that because he's a weak president. That doesn't mean harm isn't being done, but it means that our power, the people's power, is greater than those in power right now. And that's why today is so important, because it's about solidarity. And solidarity without action is just empathy. We don't need empathy right now. We don't need just prayer right now. We need people to pray with their feet. We need people to put sweat equity on the line for every immigrant, for every worker across the entire nation. From the farm workers in Central Florida, in Apopka, Florida, where I'm from, to all across this nation and to all across this world, because we're all part of the grand mosaic of humanity. And at the end of the day, this is about love. Because if you love somebody, you want them to be safe. If you love somebody, you want them to be able to have one job, and that one job be dignified, pay a thrivable wage, and be safe in their communities. And that's why I'm proud to be with you here today. And the last thing I'll say before I leave is this. This is the moment for organizers. This is the moment for politicians to be organizers, to be on the streets with people, and when we're in the institution to say, we're not the minority, we're the opposition. And when you don't have all the power that you want, you use all the power that you got. And as I've traveled this nation, I can tell you, we have a lot of damn power in this moment, and I know that we will win. And the real last thing I'll say, sorry, I'm from the South. The real last thing I'll say is this. We say si se puede, but one of my favorite things is the story of where that comes from. And it didn't just come from a political campaign. For those of you who don't know, Cesar Chavez, Dolores Huerta, a fast for workers' rights, lasting weeks. And some people started to feel doubtful. They said, can we do this? Can we have rights for farm workers in Arizona and across the nation? They came up and they asked, can we do this? I don't think we can do it. No se puede. I don't think it's possible. And Dolores stood straight up and said, in Arizona, si se puede. And today we say, for in the nation of America, in the United States, si se puede. In Florida, si se puede. Across the country, si se puede. So thank you all so much. God bless you. Let's win. Thank you.
Look, I am proud to say, in 2022, I was in Florida, in your district, knocking on doors so you can be elected, so I couldn't be prouder. Thank you for being here.
And thank you to the SCIU 32BJ 1199. I know NEA is here. My mom was a teacher for 37 years. Defend public education. CASA, thank you for being here, everybody. God bless you. Thank you.
All right. Our next speaker is a member of 32. She is a member of 32BJ in Virginia. She works hard every day to keep our buildings safe. She keeps our community safe, and like so many immigrants, she represents the strength, resilience, hard work, the drive, the economic growth of this nation. Por favor, denle la bienvenida a Jessica Calderón. 32.
BJ. BJ. Buenas tardes, compañeros, compañeras. Me llamo Jessica Calderón. Nací con orgullo en el Perú y como inmigrante hoy tengo la alegría de ser ciudadana de Estados Unidos. Durante los últimos 6 años he sido orgullosamente miembro del 32BJ. Trabajo como limpiadora comercial. 32BJCU es un sindicato que representa 185,000 trabajadores esenciales en la costa este. Sin embargo, conozco de cerca y lo vivo en carne propia lo que mi familia, amigos, vecinos, compañeros de trabajo sufren bajo esta administración hostil. Nos sentimos desesperados ante tantas leyes injustas impuestas por este señor, destruyendo muchos trabajos, expulsando a nuestra gente del país, dejándolos sin trabajo, ni atención médica y mucho más. Los inmigrantes están siendo deportados sin el debido proceso, violando todas las leyes y derechos constitucionales. Es por eso, compañeros, que ustedes y yo estamos aquí hoy para decir basta, basta ya de tanta mentira, basta del abuso del poder, merecemos respeto y poder. Exigimos a nuestros funcionarios electos que voten no a leyes xenófobas como la HR 32, la mal llamada Ley No al Rescate de las Ciudades Santuarios. Instamos a nuestros líderes electos a adoptar un enfoque migratorio humanitario. Nosotros no nos vamos a cansar de levantar nuestra voz por la justicia, por nuestros derechos como americanos que somos todos. No nos cansaremos, no nos cansaremos. Muchas gracias, compañeros. ¡Terry, tú!
¡Se puede! ¡Se puede! Now it's my honor to introduce Niels, here today representing African Communities Together, a powerhouse organization that has been leading the charge to protest status, dignity, justice for African immigrants for years. Welcome, Niels. Ahora vamos a introducir a Niels, un representante de la comunidad Africanos Juntos, que es una organización que lucha por el derecho y la dignidad de los inmigrantes africanos.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. When we fight, and yes, indeed, we will win. My name is Niels Kinwani. I represent here African Communities Together. 30 years ago, Congress established the Temporary Protected Status Program with bipartisan support to safeguard individuals facing perilous conditions. This protection reflects a legal mandate and, more importantly, a moral imperative deeply embedded in our values as a nation. America stands as a beacon of both opportunity and refuge. Today, TPS serves as a critical lifeline, shielding our community members from danger and enabling them to contribute to our society and economy. We firmly oppose all attempts by this administration to dismantle this vital program and put our community members in harm's way. We urgently call for the immediate redesignation and extension of temporary protected status for Cameroon, South Sudan, and Haiti. Without immediate action, South Sudanese TPS holders will lose their TPS protection this Saturday and become subject to deportation to a country on the brink of civil war. We will not allow that. They, our South Sudanese brothers and sisters, along with our Cameroonian and Asian brothers and sisters, require and deserve TPS protection now. The prevailing conditions in those countries, including ongoing armed conflict and environmental disasters, clearly meet the legal criteria for TPS. Consequently, the law mandates this administration to grant TPS to those nations. Canceling TPS protection, as we're seeing now, is not only unlawful, but also unconscionable. We strongly urge this administration, for the last time, to uphold the law and our values by extending and redesignating TPS for Cameroon, South Sudan, and Haiti without delay. Thank you so much.
Now it's my honor to introduce a member from Unite Here. Please, if you are from Unite Here, make some noise. It's my pride and honor to introduce Coralia Santos, a member and organizer at Unite Here, Local 25.
Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Coralia Santos. Soy originaria de Guatemala.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Coralia Santos, and I'm originally from Guatemala.
Yo como trabajadora inmigrante he pasado tantas dificultades en este país.
As an immigrant worker, I face many challenges in this country.
En mis luchas Perdón. Okay. Soy madre de 5 hijos, madre soltera.
I am a mother of 5, a single mother.
He sido explotada por muchos empleadores abusivos.
And I've been exploited by many employers who have been abusive towards me.
Pero un día Dios puso un sindicato en mi camino.
But one day I was blessed to find a union.
Y pude organizarme, yo y mis compañeras de trabajo.
And we came together with my coworkers and we organized.
Y hoy veo el cambio en mi vida y en mi familia.
And now I see the change in my life and the change towards my family.
Hoy tengo un trabajo digno, con respeto, con beneficios y seguro médico y mucho más.
And today I am proud to say that I have a job with benefits where I'm treated with dignity and respect and a fair wage.
En este país, tengamos o no tengamos documentos, tenemos los mismos derechos.
Even if you are undocumented, you still have rights.
Por eso hoy visto esta camiseta con mucho orgullo.
And today I am wearing this shirt with pride.
Y que viva la unión y abajo la explotación.
Let's keep fighting for our unions and let's let down exploitation.
Ok, familia, damos por terminado este programa, but we're going to leave loud and clear and say, we'll be back! We'll be